I gave an interview with ABC with Matt Gutman. I think this was whom I gave the interview to, and I said, he asked why was I saying, could I hit him, did I hit him? And I said, yeah, my first thought was, I've been out late, I've been drinking, and he's in the general vicinity of where I last saw him. I mean, they talk about the left side of the property and the right as if it's, you know, Hammersmith Farms. It's a postage stamp. It's 50 feet. So he's in the front yard to the left of the front door, and no one's coming out of the house. Jen's telling me nobody's seen him. So I'm thinking, Jesus, was I starting to pull away and I ran over his foot? Like, he's roughly where I left him. So yeah, when I found him, I was thinking, did I like clip him somehow?
This first voicemail, what time did this occur?
12:37 a.m.
John, I'm telling you, the fucking kid. Nobody knows what the fuck you are. Fucking pervert. John, I'm going home. I cannot babysit Vinnie. I need to go home. You are fucking using me right now. You're fucking another girl. You sleeping next to me. You're a fucking loser. Fuck yourself. John, where are you?
I said, could I have hit him? Did I hit him?
How could that have been? I mean, you dropped him
I
off at the
don't know
house.
what else could have been. It was howling wind. I had YouTube blasting on the stereo. And I thought, did he somehow try to flag me down, which was the reaction I was hoping to garner as I slowly pulled away from the house. Did he come out and maybe trip or bend over to pick up his cell phone and I ran over his foot and then he passed out drunk? I mean, I didn't think I hit him, but could I have clipped him? Could I have tagged him in the knee and incapacitated him? He didn't look mortally wounded as far as I could see, but could I have done something that knocked him out and in drunkenness and in the cold didn't come to again?
And this would have been the moment you dropped him off at the party, you're thinking?
Yeah, would have had to have been.
Good morning, guys. So I'm just learning that court has been canceled for today. So let's not go wild with speculation as to why. This is real life and things happen. It could be something as simple as, somebody important is sick. It could be something with the building. It could be a lot of things. So. Yes, correct. Someone could be say, yeah, exactly. So no court today. Everybody can go outside, try their day. Well, Soul Glow, that's the thing, is now you have endless possibilities for what you can do today. You could watch a nice docu-series or a serial drama, Eyes on Heaven. You could take a walk outside, maybe catch up on some housework. No, see, this is what I'm talking about, Ian. No speculation. I do not believe that Karen Reed has gone on the run. What an interesting time for that would be. Kevin is hanging in there. He's definitely struggling right now. I am worried for him as well. But he is still hanging in there. He's still with us. So. I don't think that if Mr. Reed was sick, that would have any bearing on the trial. I would assume that it probably has something to do with the building or the judge. Yes, you could go pick out a couch today. That's a possibility too. Am I going to upload what video, Jeanette? Sorry. I do not know if they have canceled all the court cases or just hers, Trevor. I'm going to assume it's just hers. Kevin is still in the hospital, Lori, so keep him in your prayers. Eddie says, Vinnie said the buffer zone is to blame for no supporters at the courthouse. There was always a buffer zone, though. That's pretty silly of him to say. I think that the obvious reason that her support has dwindled, number one, that documentary didn't help her organic support. Number two, she can't afford to purchase support anymore. So that's where we are. That is my opinion. Oh, yeah, I can upload it to my YouTube channel. I can do that. Yeah, some people did show up, Sassy, and it looks like an email went out. So I don't know what this could be. Yeah, I'm not really seeing why, just that they have. Yeah, you can leave Vinnie a message, but let's be real, he does not care. He's a grifter himself. He is attaching to the salacious conspiracy theory in this case, and he is riding it till the wheels fall off. Yeah. Does Roberta have a video on what? I don't know. Roberta hates me for some unknown reason, so I have ceased watching her content. I guess that's a little petty. Honestly, I would watch her out of just like sheer support for somebody who had similar beliefs to my own, but she's a little bit too black and white for me and like angry, she just has like this like hatred in her that I don't really understand. So I don't really watch Roberta. Other people can. I do not. Yeah, I agree, Eddie Money. Like, I think that's like, I mean, it's not like, trial 1, she had 400 people standing outside, and then trial 2, she had 200 or something. She had hundreds of people lining the sidewalk down to 9 people. Like, I think it's pretty obvious that something more is going on here than just, a little bit of a bump in the buffer zone. And I would think that you know, if Vinnie Politan wants to investigate something, that could start there. His show and Vinnie Politan Investigates always kind of like cracks me up though, because it's not really an investigation. Like there's nothing investigative about his reporting at all. He asks silly, superficial level questions that are, you know, designed to keep this narrative rolling. He doesn't look into depth into anything. I don't really consider the guy to be what I would, how do I say this? I don't think he's a legitimate journalist, honestly. I don't. I think that he's an infotainment hack. That's my feeling about it. Yeah, I mean, she's walking a thin line, Echo. You know, it's like you want to control your courtroom and you know, make sure that the integrity of the proceedings are maintained while still allowing for people's First Amendment right. It's a really fine line. I don't envy her there. I don't envy her there at all. I mean, whatever. He's never gonna leave court TV, and that's fine. I think he's been there forever. But I think that he sucks. No, I don't want to troll Vinny. So court has been canceled today. I started the stream, realized that court had been canceled. Didn't want to leave people hanging. It would be really awkward if I just played that video and then left. So I figured we could chat for a few minutes and then go have a day somewhere, you know? I know that I will be catching up on my workload, so that's probably good. But yeah, we don't know why court was canceled, just that it's unforeseen circumstances. No, nobody knows why yet. I'm periodically checking Twitter to see. But we don't know. That's what I mean. It's probably something pretty mundane. Somebody got sick. Something happened with the building. I don't think that there's anything crazy going on here. I think everybody knows how I feel about speculation. I don't love it. Good morning,
Howdy there.
We have no court.
What?
Yeah.
Oh man, what's going on?
Nobody knows.
Ooh, the mystery.
It is. So I'm said I don't think that anyone should be speculating on this because it's probably something pretty mundane. But right now it is a big unknown, big question mark.
Is everybody surmising what it could be already? I would assume so. More conspiracies?
Yeah, more conspiracies.
Well,
I mean, I don't think it's something with Karen and her team necessarily because, again, I don't think that you can just like call in sick to your murder trial.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. I'd assume you couldn't.
No. Unless she faked COVID or something and is now on the run. That was speculation and I was joking.
Oh.
Joking.
I
do not believe that it's because I knew this was going to happen. I do not believe that it's because she's negotiating a plea deal. There is nothing to support that, and it would be very unusual. First of all, I don't think that the government at this point is going to be offering any plea deal. Now, that wouldn't stop a defendant. They have the right to be able to change their plea, especially after the prosecution rests. But, I mean, there's no incentive for her to change her plea, right? Because like I said, I do not believe the government would be offering a deal at this point halfway through her second trial. So it would just be essentially throwing herself at the mercy of the judge without the possibility of a jury hanging or acquitting her, even though I think that the acquittal is a 0% chance and the hung jury is only slightly more so, but it would not make any sense. Like, if I were Karen Reed and I was halfway through my second trial, I wouldn't suddenly be like, hold on, wait, I want to change my plea, because you were essentially then saying, well, I'm guilty, judge, sentence me to whatever you want. At least she has a fighting chance with a jury trial. So I do not believe that she is changing her plea. That people like to say that all the time. That was a pervasive rumor started by Grant Smith Ellis, who is a lunatic and a liar, right? There was never any plea deal negotiations. And I know this, and I'll reiterate this again, because I have spoken to the family, and there's no world where, there are plea deal negotiations, let alone an offer made, without the family being at least notified and consulted first. The victims and their families have rights in this state, and one of those rights is to have some input into any sentencing, plea deals, all that stuff. So they were never approached, which means that a plea deal was never in the works. And I've said this before, but I'll say it again. If you take a step back and look at Karen's actions directly after this incident, she never made any indications in her behavior that she was ever considering a plea deal, outside of her admission that she talked to her lawyer for a couple of days about, her version is, well, what if I did do this? I think she probably just admitted it to him. And he said, yeah, you'll have criminal liability and you'll, risk jail time. And she said nope. And so she hired a private investigator days after. Like, somebody who's hiring a private investigator is not someone who is looking to plea, right? That's actively trying to prepare a case. So there was never any plea deal. There's not a plea deal today. I don't know that 100% certain, because I don't know what's going on, but I would stake money on it. There's no plea deal today. Plea deal was never in this equation. You got to be careful.
A plea deal may not be in this equation, but what about Dog the Bounty Hunter? Is he part of this equation? I'm seeing him popping up in chat. He's been spotted at a Starbucks, Kate.
Yeah, somebody's saying the day of. It's really oh yes, it's because Higgins flipped and the feds showed up at the courthouse. Yes. That's it. Yep, that's gotta be it.
I was thinking maybe the feds are stopping the trial because they have the exculpatory evidence coming.
Yeah.
Good
thing we're not speculating, guys. Like, good job. Good job at not speculating. Right. Thank you. Ken Weeks knows what he's like. If somebody gets sick, yep. There's an issue with the building, yep. If there's a scheduling issue of some sort that popped up that's unavoidable, like those are things, right?
It was Dolly Vision, not Dog the Bounty. Oh, bummer. Okay. I don't know Dolly Vision too well, but I know Dog is there. Bigfoot showed up and flipped. That's on the table now.
It's possible.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, yeah, it is probably something horribly mundane. But some of us are still holding on for Bigfoot.
I hear no court because Karen ran his foot over. Yeah, maybe Karen hit somebody else with her car. Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Dolly is on his way to the Diddy trial. Gross.
Karen is flipped.
Oh, does the blogger have a court today?
I don't know. I don't know if he's got a court. I mean, it would probably blow his mind to know that there. Don't think about him all that much, Anybody who's against me is obsessed. That's not true. I have no idea what you're doing. No idea if you have court this guy.
Oh, so that's that.
Bev just needs a break.
Probably not.
Meow.
Thank you, Alana.
Yes, thank you, Alana.
Alana's done too, actually. Edibles for Kevin to help with his appetite. The last I had heard, over the weekend anyway, I texted with him briefly today. It's not that he doesn't have an appetite. He's just got horrible acid reflux because the treatment is just destroying the lining there of the esophagus and stomach or whatever. So, it's just very painful for him to eat or drink.
Right.
Yep, Hank showed up to court, so it must have been very last minute, right? Yeah.
I've seen a few times Karen has a hangover. I don't know. You really think she would drink before court?
All right. Someone's saying there is a scheduled Zoom at 11, which may or may not be televised.
Okay.
This is very interesting. I don't know what's going on here. I mean, I guess if Karen's attorneys were not available, I don't know. I don't know what's going on
You
here.
think Jackson just woke up this morning and said, just no, done. I'm out. Well, remember they said that they haven't got paid.
Right.
Maybe he decided this is all too much.
This is weird.
It's a little weird. It's a good thing we're not speculating.
Yeah, I know, everybody's speculating.
Yeah. We've opened the door for speculation. Juror is sick confirmed, says Jesse Moore. Toby just says Chloe. I don't know. Okay. Karen flew to Vietnam. Oh, with people, the dude abides. They are saying the feds have shut it down. That was my assumption that the feds shut it down. I don't know. It could be true.
We already had somebody coming in and saying that the feds, Higgin is flipped and all that good stuff.
Right.
It's not happening. It's not true.
It's more flipping than Barnum and Bean. Was that Barnum and Bailey?
Can you call in sick to your own murder trial? I guess that's the question.
That is a good question. Maybe we should Google it. Can you?
Okay, can you call in sick to your murder trial?
Yeah. Oh, that'll probably put me on a watch list if I type that, being where I live. Oh, what's he planning? They'll send the feds at me. Yeah, I wouldn't imagine they would cancel a whole day over one sick juror either. I do believe they have alternates, right? If it was one sick juror. Jesse says it's vid related.
No, they're not dismissing the case. Oh,
yeah, right. God. That's it. It's dismissed. One juror is sick. We're dismissing the case. That sounds reasonable.
Has to be verified by a doctor. Okay. Someone said juror tested positive for COVID. Rest of jury sent home. I don't know. Oh, you confirmed that on X?
They're saying court's been canceled. The judge could be sick. I believe she is sick of all of this. Feds are Tom says the feds are coming. Well, Tom says a lot of things.
Yeah, I don't see anything about this. I don't know. We'll find out eventually.
Kate, it's confirmed on X. It has to be true. It has to be true. It's on the
internet. That's at least a reasonable explanation.
It is. The feds should arrest Jackson. Arrest him for that crazy little beard.
It's wild that there are so many people upset that this lady's Court days canceled.
I know. Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Literally, the
Oh,
only thing I'm
wow.
finding on Twitter is a bunch of people being like, "No, I'm so angry." Like,
Well, if you know, you could always, if you missed the first episode, you could always watch season 1. Right? Too much meat blob last night. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Everybody's moving slow. They went overboard with the meat blobs. The other half gallon of Tito's. Huh? Kick back with a straw. There you go. The meat blob has flipped. Yeah. The meat blob has flipped. Uh-oh. I think
you do
that's
have
a
a life,
harbinger of the
Lucinda.
apocalypse.
Don't say that. Yes, you do have a life. You do. AJ got hit with divorce.
Yeah, I saw that. Right. Everyone got
All right.
food
Well,
poisoning.
I don't know. I think that we probably don't need to stream anymore today because there's no court. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no court. We'll
We
just be up here surmising for hours.
Yeah. Yeah. I do not believe that Mello passed away. Don't put that out in the world. Jeez Louise.
No.
All right. Apparently there's a rumor, Miss Kara, that there's a Zoom set for 11 a.m. I don't know. If it pops up and I can get into it, I'll stream it. So just keep an eye out. Put your notifications on if you don't have them on for Yellow Cottage Tales, and I will come back.
We'll watch the skies for a flare.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's absolutely no there's no coverage.
Well, all right.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see what comes out, what happens, but I'm just double checking to make sure.
Okay. No brother.
Yeah, brother. They're just talking about how it's unavoidable circumstances. So yeah, there's nothing going on. If there's a Zoom and I can get it up, I'll come back. All right.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we'll just kill this now. All right.
All right. Later, everybody.
Bye, guys.